What's up, everybody, and welcome into the Wiregrass High School Football Report, your weekly look at all things high school football in the Wiregrass. I am your host, Phillip Jordan, in-studio host and producer for Clifton Woods Football on 96.9 The Legend. Got a fun show for you guys this week. Happy Labor Day, by the way, if you're listening to this on Monday when the episode did release. No days off during football season. Got to keep working even through the holidays. But got a fun show planned for you guys today. We're going to break down week 2 of high school football in the Wiregrass, a lot of interesting games, and I'll be joined by Carroll High head coach Patrick Plott. We'll talk about the Eagles' 21-7 victory over Rehobeth, getting that first region victory of the year. We'll talk about the great play the last 2 weeks from the Eagles' defense and also quarterback Keyshawn Cole. But before we do that, let you guys know you can find me in the podcast. You can find me on social media at PJordanSEC. Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, so please follow, rate, and review. Leave a review. I will read it on a future edition of the show. You can also check out the show over on 969thelegend.com along with the Jed Kennedy Coaches Show brought to you by Property Champions. And you can watch the show over on my YouTube channel, Phillip Jordan Sports YouTube page. Just go find the page, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for all notifications. And if you leave a comment on a video, I'll read that on a future edition as well. You can always email me at sportstalkphilipjordan@gmail.com. Now, let's go around the Wiregrass. All right, now we're going to kick off around the Wiregrass. And as usual, we start off in 7A Region 2. And we'll start with a game that you would have heard on 96.9 The Legend on Friday night. Auburn defeated Dothan 42-14 to go to 3-0, 2-0 region play. Dothan falls to 2-1, 1-1 in region play. Auburn had a big game from both their quarterbacks. They played both quarterbacks. They swap them out. Start quarterback Clyde Pittman had 3 touchdowns on the evening. He had 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. Backup quarterback Davis Harson, who is the son of Auburn University head coach Brian Harson, he had 140 yards passing and 2 touchdown passes on the game. A big highlight for Dothan Wolves in this one right before halftime. Running backs Marion Peterson had a 65-yard touchdown run. And then the game kind of went by pretty quick in the fourth quarter. They went with a running clock. Central Phoenix City defeated Enterprise 27-7 for Central Phoenix City. They go to 3-0, 2-0 in the region. Enterprise drops to 1-2, 0-2 region play, but those 2 region losses are to Auburn and Central Phoenix City. Not only probably the best 2 teams in the region, but also probably the best 2 teams in the state. In 7A, some other scores around 7A Region 2. Opelika defeated Elite 51-7. Smith Station defeated Prattville 30-21. Jeff Davis defeated Cedar Lanier in a non-region contest 22-6. Dothan will play at Prattville this Friday. In 5A Region 2, a game we're going to talk about in just a few moments, with Coach Plott, Carroll defeated Rehobeth 21-7 to get their first region victory of the year. Rehobeth, that was their first region game. They are 1-1, 0-1 overall. We'll talk about this with Coach Plott in a second, but Keyshawn Cole, quarterback, had a big game, 2 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown. But as I said, more Coach Plott in a few minutes on this game. Eufaula defeated Headland 35-20 to go to 2-0 on the year. This is Headland's first loss to drop to 2-1. Headland had a 20-7 lead. In fact, they actually jumped up 14-0 early in this one, but Eufaula hit some touchdowns right toward the end of the first half to go up 21-20. They had a big game by Zaquavian Nelson with 219 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Headland star Jackson Williams had 178 yards passing, 106 yards on the ground for 3 total touchdowns. Charles Henderson, they defeated Greenville, who Carroll will play this week, 34-18 to go to 2-0 on the year. Charles Henderson quarterback Parker Adams had 302 yards, 3 touchdowns on 17 of 24 passing. So a big performance there. And I do believe Charles Henderson is 2-0 for the first time since 2013. Now let's jump over into 4A Region 2. Andalusia defeated Dale County 43-0. That one to go to 3-0 on the year. Dale County drops to 0-3. Christian Ross for Dale County. He is a Memphis commit. 4 receptions, 79 yards. He did force a fumble and had a sack in the game. Slocum, in a narrow game, really close game down to the wire, defeated Geneva 18-13 to give head coach Bryant Garrison his first victory as a head coach. Running back Rashawn Miller had a big game, 2-yard touchdown run with 2 minutes left to get the lead. He had 179 yards on the game and 3 touchdowns. Other scores in 4A Region 2, Catholic Montgomery defeated Booker T. Washington 56-14, and Montgomery Academy defeated Bullitt County 34-0. In 3A Region 2, Strong defeated Delville 45-12 to go to 2-0, both region and overall. Delville is 0-3, 0-2 so far in the season. Ott defeated Northside Methodist 40-10 to go to 2-1, 2-0 in region play. Northside Methodist falls to 2-1, 0-1 in region. Ott quarterback Gray Jennings had a big game, 141 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, just on 7 of 10 passing, 54 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. Providence Christian defeated New Brockton 27-6 to go to 2-1 on the year. New Brockton drops to 0-3. Providence Christian scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter to pull away in that one. And then Pike County defeated Ashford 34-0 to go to 1-1 both overall and in region. Ashford is now 0-2 in both overall and region. Ian Foster for Pike County had a big game, 3 touchdown catches on 3 receptions. He does have an offer from Vanderbilt, and Houston Academy was off this week. In 2A Region 2, we're going to jump over here. I always believe this is one of the best regions, just not only in this area, but also in the state overall when you can just compare the competitiveness of these teams. GW Long defeated Sampson 42-7 to go to 2-0. Sampson's 0-2. GW Long quarterback Bryson Hughes had 248 yards and 5 touchdowns of 12 of 19 passing. Ayrton defeated Geneva County 43-14 to go to 2-1. Geneva County is 1-1. Ayrton was up 30-0 at halftime. Quarterback Ian Sin was 12 of 17, 234 yards with 2 touchdowns. And one of his main targets in the game was wide receiver Landon Tyler with 4 catches for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Whitesburg defeated Zion Chapel 42-12 to go to the increase to 1-2 on the year, get their first win. 1-0 in region play. Zion Chapel's 0-2 and 0-1 in region. Whitesburg, all 42 points were in the first half. Running back Jalen Murray, 102 yards and 2 touchdowns in this one. I always get excited about what I'm about to say this next score. Love it when the alma mater gets a win. Cottonwood Bears defeated Abbeville 40-20 to go to 1-1, 1-0 in region play. Abbeville drops to 1-2, 0-1 in region. Cottonwood had a big game from their backfield. Anthony Presley had 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Jalen Lintonhan had 101 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Then we jump into 1A Region 2. Brantley defeated McKenzie 42-6 to stay undefeated. And then Elba stays undefeated, beating Houston County 36-6. That game was close at halftime, though. Elba was just up 8-6. They pull away in the second half. Another big performance by Alvin Henderson. He had 248 yards and 4 touchdowns. And also JT Coleman in the backfield, 125 yards and 1 touchdown. Some other scores going on Friday night in 1A Region 2. Georgiana defeated Florala 20-14. Red Level defeated Pleasant Home 26-6, and Kinston was off this past week. And then finally in AISA, Abbeville Christian gets their second win of the year, their second shutout in 3 weeks by beating Hooper Academy 29-0. So they go to 2-1, and now they are 1-0 in region play. And in the independent circuit, Chipley defeated Pike Liberal Arts 46-9. Pike Liberal Arts is 0-3 in their first season so far in Alabama High School Athletic Association from moving from AISA. And that's going to do it for this week's edition of Around the Wiregrass. Now, here's my conversation I had on Sunday with Carroll High Eagles head coach Patrick Plott. Everybody joining me this week on the show, returning to the podcast, is Carroll High Eagles head coach Patrick Plott. They're in 5A Region 2, 2-1, 1-0 in region play after a 21-7 victory over Rehobeth on the road this past Friday night. And Coach Plott, appreciate you taking time out, come on the show, and congratulations on the victory.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you having me on, and thank you.
Just and I always ask this. I mean, coming out of the win. 2 games in a row, just especially over these last 2 weeks and through the season, and then coming off of this victory, what have you learned most about your team?
Well, our guys are getting better each week, and that's what we preach to them. Just get better each week, get better every day. And I feel like from week 0 to week 1, we got better. From week 1 to week 2, we got better. So we just got to continue to get better this week as well.
I'll talk about your defense. I mean, you come close to 2 weeks in a row without an offensive touchdown, because I know against Dale County that was a safety and a fumble return for a touchdown. The Rehobeth scores that touchdown with under a minute left, but defense playing really well right now. Just what all can you say how your defense is playing at the level they're playing at right now?
Well, those coaches on that side of the ball have put together 2 good plans, and the guys have went out and executed them. And they're playing fast, and that's what we've been telling those guys. Play fast, man. Get 11 guys to the football. Good things happen when you playing fast, playing hard, and getting 11 guys to the football, and that's what they're doing right now.
And I know on Friday night, Rehobeth, they had some success between the 20s, but a lot of times they got inside the 20 and even sometimes with inside the 10, inside the 5. Your defense really stiffened up, kind of bend but didn't break there. What was the key in some of those series there where they didn't allow Rehobeth to get in for a touchdown?
Well, those guys take a lot of pride in not letting people score on them, and past 2 weeks they have really stuck their nose in there and defended in his own well.
Yeah, were they a little disappointed after Friday night when Rehobeth got that last minute touchdown there?
They were disappointed because those guys did want the shutout, and so that was disappointing. That's what we want our defensive mindset to be, man. Be disappointed when somebody's scoring you, and those guys were disappointed.
Yeah, at any level of football, that's got to be disappointing. Not only you get a team score 7 on you, but you had them shut out to the very last few seconds of the game, and then they get one in.
Of the game, man. So and that was tough, because those guys, they wanted to shut out. We reward those guys for shutouts. And they was just that close to getting a reward, and it didn't happen. So,
and I know coming to the game, Rehobeth was a team that the previous week against Wicksburg scored 31 points. So their receiver in that game, Terrell Townsend, had 2 touchdowns. So, what was the key for you, like going into it? What was concerning about them, and for you guys to be successful against them on Friday night?
Well, we knew those guys was going to be physical up front. They're physical up front on both sides of the football. And number 2, the receiver, we knew he was going to be the guy they try to get it to when they threw the ball. So our biggest thing was to, stop those guys, stop them from being able to run the ball downhill, get some pressure on the quarterback when they drop back to pass it. And I thought of that.
Yeah, for me, watching the game, it's always weird now when I watch another team play and they go under center. That's just a new, as much as they were, it's just, just as a football fan watching, I'm like, this is kind of a throwback. This is what you're not used to seeing. On the offense side of the ball, you guys got it going great. And quarterback Keyshawn Cole, a tremendous game, and I've got all 3 of your scores highlighted here. Just that early score, getting that early score, just how big was that? You're going on the road, getting that early momentum. He hit a 13-yard touchdown pass to Dakota McLeod in the back of the end zone.
That was big for us because we preached all week to our guys about getting off to a fast start, and we took that first drive down and scored, and that was big for us. It gave us some confidence and some momentum going forward.
In that pass, and I watched the replay a couple times on it, it was really a great pass because, one, he threw it high, and he really and I want to get your thoughts from your standpoint there on the sideline. It was really almost in a spot where only the receiver was going to catch it if anybody caught that pass.
And that's what we preach to him all the time. Myself and our quarterback coach, Coach Outlaw, always preach to him. When we throw those balls, throw it to where only our guy can get it. If he can't get it, nobody gets it. And he did a good job on that play.
Yeah, if somebody from Rehobeth had jumped up and caught that, I would be questioning they are not there. They went and grabbed somebody from the NBA to go jump up and grab a hold of that thing. The second touchdown, of course, was set up by interception by Quindarius Leitner. So before we jump into that touchdown and that play, with Lakeith Person, just the interception there, it was in the second quarter. Rehobeth was, moving the ball a little bit there. What did you see on that interception? Because he had a big return also on that play.
He did. He broke on that ball well. He had great eyes on that ball, reading his keys. And when the ball was thrown, he broke on it. And I thought he was going to score there on that return there, but he got caught. But Q did a good job on that. And Q is one of those guys back in the secondary that's getting better for us each week. And we expect him to continue to get better and grow as a football player.
And, of course, like I said, that was early in the second quarter. You guys Cole hit a touchdown pass to Lakeith Person for 9 yards. And I know when we talked in the preseason, before the season started, you talked about Lakeith Person, how his vision, how good of a running back he is. But I was looking at the last couple of weeks, he's caught a receiving touchdown for you. And then last week against Dale County, he returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Just how important is, and you just talk about him just as that all-purpose player for you guys. And, of course, that play there.
Now, he's very important to our team, and Lakeith is one of those guys. He will do anything you ask him to do. If you ask him to go over there and play some snaps on defense, which we have this year, at corner, he'll go over there and do that. You ask him to run a pass route, he'll do that. You have to run between the tackles. He'll do that. You know, he's just going to do whatever he needs to do to help this team. And I really like that about him. Great attitude about it all, you know, but he's very key to what we do offensively.
So y'all go in 14-0 at halftime. Just what was the message to the team, you know, coming out there in the second half?
To come out and win the second half, because we know those guys will come out and fight the second half. So we got to come out and win the second half and then give ourselves a chance to win the ball game.
So they're in the third quarter. This is another replay from the game I have watched a couple of times. Keyshawn Cole, the run he had, the 41-yard touchdown to put you guys up 21-0. There's so many things I took away from that run, and I want to hear, obviously your thoughts on your player. But he juked a defender, broke a tackle, juked another defender, and then the acceleration at the 10-yard line to beat the Rehobeth player to the end zone. Just when you're sitting there on the sideline and you see Keyshawn Cole do something like that, just what's going through your mind as a coach?
Well, the main thing is I'm glad he's on my team. You know, but that is stuff that we see from Keyshawn every day. You know, I always tell Keyshawn the first guy should never tackle you, and 90% of the time the first guy will never tackle him. You know, so he got the ability to make a guy miss, but he also got the ability that once he gets gone, that nobody's gonna catch him. You know, so and we expect that out of Keyshawn each and every Friday night.
Yeah, I think that play could have two plays of the night, that one. Because, like I said, it's rare when you see, and I'll throw this at any level, when you have a player that can accelerate at the end of a run like he did to get to the end zone. Because the Rehobeth player seemed like he was right there with him, and then he wasn't. He was in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I think he right there at the end, he seen those guys behind him, and he really turned on the Jets and went and scored right there.
And kind of go back over to your defense. I know you had another big game from Carmelo Overton. He had 8 tackles. And Jawan Cooper, he also had an interception. So, kind of talk about them guys some more. What else did you see from your defense or any other standout players overall on your team from Friday night's victory?
Well, the big thing is those guys there are leading over there on defense. We're getting a lot of communication from the front end to the back end on our defense. And as long as you line up right and communicate, you have a chance to be good on defense. And those guys are doing both of those things right now. They're flying around to the football. And the most important thing is they're having fun and they're doing it together.
Yeah, and, going into this Thursday night, you're playing on Thursday night, you got Charles Henderson. My first question is just, how is the week different when you playing on a Thursday versus a Friday?
You move everything up a day. Like we practiced today. We actually met as a staff and broke down film, and then we brought the kids in and got a practice in today. So today was our Monday, and tomorrow will be our Tuesday. So we just move everything up a day, practice-wise and preparation-wise.
A couple weeks ago, I had Cottonwood head coach Justin Harrison on, and they were going into a Thursday night game, and I asked him this question, and he kind of, saw the positives with playing on Thursday for the next week. So is it a kind of obviously it's a short week for you as a team, but you get past Thursday, then it's like you have that extra day, healing time, more preparation and stuff like that. So does it have its positives on playing on a Thursday night like that?
It does, because like I say, it gives you that extra day for the next week to start preparing. It also gives you opportunity if you want to go watch somebody else play. You get an opportunity to go watch them live and in person.
So with this Charles Henderson team, they're 2-0. I think it's the first time since 2013. They beat Mary Montgomery and they beat Greenville 34-18 this past Friday night. They had a good performance from their quarterback Parker Adams. But when you seen what you've seen so far, Charles Henderson, what sticks out to you, and what's kind of going to be a key for you guys on Thursday night?
Well, first of all, Coach Hambright and his staff has done a really good job over there with that team, in that program. And those guys going to continue to get better. Offensively, those guys are very explosive. Quarterback throws good balls. You got some receivers, several receivers that can catch it. They got a running back. So they do a good job of mixing pass and run also. Defensively, they very good defensively. They fly around. So we're going to have to go have a good week and go over there and play a very good game to have opportunity to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be looking forward to keeping up what's going on with you guys on Thursday night in that game. It's got to be I know it's, business trip. You want to go win, but also for your players, going up to Charles Henderson, going up to Troy. How's that like all the schedule like for you guys just that day?
It's a great atmosphere, you know. So we'll probably arrive over there about 5, walk the field, give the guys a chance to look around and that kind of thing. But then after that, it's ready to get ready to play a football game. So it's a great atmosphere. You get to play over there, get to play in Troy Stadium. You know, and our kids look forward to that, and as a coaching staff, we look forward to that. But our main goal is to go over there and get a win.
Yeah, absolutely. So before I let you go, anything else about your team, you know, overall this year that I didn't ask you about you'd like to talk about?
Other than them growing and getting better each week, you know, that's it, and that's our main goal, and that's what our guys are doing right now.
All right, good. And Coach, I'll say good luck on Thursday night against Charles Henderson, and good luck rest of the season. Hopefully, maybe we'll talk again before the season's out. But good luck this Thursday night, and good luck rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
All right. Once again, thanks to Coach Patrick Plott for coming on this edition of the Wiregrass High School Football Report. Of course, they will play Thursday night against Charles Henderson in a big region matchup. So they'll be playing Troy. If you're in the Troy area, go check that game out. Should be a big and be a fun ball game between those two teams. Now let's look at the Week 3 schedule as we close out this edition of the show. 7A Region 2, Dothan will be at Prattville. Prattville coming off it's kind of interesting. Is it an upset or Smith Station better than maybe a lot of people thought? It's kind of interesting. But Prattville coming off that loss, Dothan coming off the loss. That'd be a fun game. Dothan's 2-1, and then Prattville is 1-1. Smith Station will be at Enterprise, see if they can continue some momentum. Enterprise looking to get their first region victory of the year. Like I said at the beginning of the show, those two losses are against Central Phoenix City and Auburn. Not only we know they're the best two teams in 7A Region 2, but possibly, if not the best two of the best teams in 7A in this state overall. 5A Region 2 on Thursday night, Carroll will be at Charles Henderson. Eufaula will be at Greenville on Friday night. Eufaula's 2-0. Greenville is 1-1. Halen will be at Rehobeth. Halen is 2-1. Rehobeth is 1-1 on the year. 4A Region 2, Bullitt County will be at Andalusia. Bullitt County's 2-1 so far, 0-1 in region. Andalusia's 3-0 on the season. Slocum will be at Catholic Montgomery. Slocum 1-1. Catholic Montgomery's 3-0. Dale County at 0-3 will be at Montgomery Academy, who is 2-1 on the year. Booker T. Washington 0-3 will be at Geneva, who is 1-2 this season. 3A Region 2, Providence Christian at 2-1 will be at Ops, 2-1, big region matchup there. Houston Academy 2-0 will be at 0-2 Ashford. Pike County 1-1 will be at 2-1 Northside Methodist. And then Delville at 0-3 will be at 0-3 New Brockton. So one of those two teams looking to get their first victory of the season. 2A Region 2, GW Long 2-0 at Ayrton at 2-1. That should be a really fun game. Usually is with these two, and potentially could be a game that decides who wins 2A Region 2. Wicksburg at 1-2 will be at Cottonwood, who is 1-1. Abbeville 1-2 will be at Geneva County, who is 1-1 on the year. And then battle 0-2 teams between Zion Chapel and Sampson. So that's another matchup where one of those two teams will get their first victory of the season. And then a 1A Region 2, Brantley at 3-0 at Elba 3-0. This is my game of the week. This is a game I'm really looking forward to seeing who wins. I've been looking forward to this one since I looked at the schedule and 1A and just overall here in the Wiregrass area. Georgiana at 3-0 will be at 1-1 Kinston. Kinston was off last week. Red Level 1-1 will be at Houston County, who's 0-3. And Florala, who's 1-1, will go out of region and play at Southern Choctaw, who is 0-2. In Pike Liberal Arts, they are off this week. And then in AISA, Abbeville Christian 2-1 will be at Edgewood Academy, who is 0-2 all the year. And as your schedule for this week, some interesting games there, some big games already, some big early region matchups that could help decide later down the road who becomes the region champions. Especially that Elba Brantley game, like I said, that's gonna be a fun one to pay attention to on Friday night. And once again, I want to say this: thanks to Coach Patrick Plott for coming on the podcast once again. Make sure to check out the Jed Kennedy Coaches Show Thursday night at 8:00 on 96.9. The legend Jerry Coleman and Ken Lambert will be sitting down with Coach Kennedy to talk about the loss against Auburn and preview their matchup with Prattville. And then at the end of the show, I jump on, and I'll be jumping on with the guys, and we're going to talk about some stuff going around at 7A Region 2. And, of course, you can listen to the Dothan Wolves on Friday nights. This Friday, of course, once again, they are playing at Prattville. Pregame starts at 6:45, and kickoff is at 7. So join Jerry, Ken, and myself. If you're not around the radio, just get your phone out. Get your phone, download the 969 The Legend app. You can listen to us there. And back on the Coaches Show, if you do miss the Jed Kennedy Coaches Show presented by Property Champions, as soon as it goes off at 8:30, you can check out the replay, the podcast version over on 969thelegend.com. So go do that if you cannot check the show out live on Thursday nights. And that's going to do it for me. We'll be back next week with another edition of the Wiregrass High School Football Report. Remember, you can follow me on social media at PJordanSEC. Remember, you can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, so please follow, rate, and review. You can also listen to the show over on 969thelegend.com. And also, you can check it out over on the YouTube page, my YouTube page, Phillip Jordan Sports YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for all the notifications. And if you leave a comment on a video, I'll read that on a future edition as well. And you can always email me at sports.phillipjordan@gmail.com. Hope everybody has a great week. Till next time. Bye-bye.